Hi, I'm Nicolas, founder of Ritual Electronics. I'm talking to you locked down in our headquarters in Marseille, in the south of France. We would have loved to be with you for our first Superbooth, but sadly this video is the best we can do for now. Despite the current world situation, we have been very busy to say the least. I'm here tonight to introduce you to 6 new modules. They form a new family in the Ritual Electronics instrument. They are one new format. For those of you who are not familiar with this format, it's those tiny modules here at the top of my case. They're coming back in style since IntelliGel launched their 7U case, and we think it's a great way to save some precious space in your rack. Let's have a look at the modules, hear them, play with them. And to assist me, I've got Nicolas with me tonight, who's a designer and musician at Ritual Electronics. Hi, Nick. Hi, Nick. So, let's start with our first module, flexibility. Gauthier, my partner at Ritual Electronics, and we both play live shows. Hi, Gauthier. Sometimes when you play live, you wish to have more than 2 hands to operate all the stuff you've got around. For those of you who have ever played live or recorded live, I'm sure you know the feeling. And we found a way to do just that, and it involves feet. At its core, flexibility is an expression pedal adapter. You can now control your modular synthesizer with your feet. You can use it to turn any filter into a wah-wah pedal. Choose uni or bipolar modulation. Or plug an input signal to attenuate it. We also made a module for momentary foot switches. As flexibility, pointers can be used on its own to send get signals. For example, its momentary output can be useful as a start-stop. Or you can stomp in and out external signals using the module's input. Designed it so that it can handle audio, glitch-free, acting like a mixer mute. Here, using the latching output. By the way, flexibility and pointers both have mini switches on the back to change the polarity of the pedals. You can use them with almost all expression or sustain pedals available. Enough with the feet. Assemblée is a hands-on signal mixer and mangler. It takes 2 inputs, run them through their own mute switch, and combines them to one output. There is a 6-position rotary switch to select how they'll be mixed. The inputs can be CV, audio, gate, and even 1 volt per octave sequences or notes. For demonstration purposes, let's use 2 unsync telephones from Anima modulating the pitch of a VCO. First position outputs the maximum of 2 signals. Second position outputs the minimum. Third position outputs a mix of those signals. The remaining 3 positions give you the same outputs but inverted. We always struggle to find space in our 3U racks for a dedicated noise module, so we made a very simple one, cheap and compact. White noise is useful mixed with oscillator as a modulation source. Or to put you to sleep. Yeah, it does pink noise too. Repression is a comparator. Another very useful, straightforward tool that we wanted in a small format. It takes a signal and compares it to a threshold voltage. When the signal exceeds the threshold, the module outputs a gate. We even added an inverted output. If you feel that it doesn't do much, here are a few uses of it. The gate can launch events when a CV reaches a threshold, here using a random voltage as the source. Like Nick Batts, I do love my PWM, or pulse width modulation. One of my favorite oscillators, the DPO from Make Noise, doesn't have a pulse width control. I can now patch one comparing one of the outputs with an LFO. Plugging in the noise out from track, you can create realistic campfire noises. Also known as harsh noise walls. Now you may wonder what the sixth module is. We've kept a surprise for the end. Some of you may already be familiar with our distortion module, Miasma. Well, we couldn't resist making another one. Here is Guillotine, our new stereo 1U hard clipping distortion module. This one is still a paper-faced prototype and is mono only, but the sound and controls will be the same. One big knob for gain, and a switch to boost high and low frequencies.
As you can hear, the spin goes to 12. There's so much gain you can use it to plug your line level instruments in, but even bring guitars and basses to modular level.
Now that you've seen them all, I'm sure you wonder about the prices and availability. First, we can tell you that nothing will be more than €200, VAT included, pinky swear. The prototypes are kind of ready, so as soon as the world goes back to normal, we're going to launch production. Be sure to follow us on Instagram @Ritual Electronics. We'll give you more info when the time comes. I hope to meet you at Superbooth next year. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Action!